Hey everybody. If it's hard to hear me, it's really windy today. And I'm 15 weeks and 4 days pregnant. And I'm already out of breath. And we're in central East Florida. And I am the most amateur gardener you're going to find on the internet. The gnats are bad. It's 9:30. I'm being dramatic, but it already feels like 90 degrees out. And these are just some of our tomatoes. A couple things about tomatoes, because to me, if you're gonna garden and you want to start somewhere, a tomato is a great place to start. There are over 10,000 varieties of tomatoes. It's a lot. They come in different colors. You can get them in different sizes. Like, we did a lot of steak tomatoes because we have a large family, and last year I did a lot of cherry tomatoes, and I actually wasted a lot of them because who has enough time to sit there and chop little marbles up day after day? Not me. So I wanted a bigger tomato this year because I have ambition, not that it's going to happen, to right, today I'm just cutting off all these dead. We have aphids, so we have to find something to spray these aphids with or get rid of these aphids. Obviously, some sort of organic, natural route. So, today the aphids are driving me nuts, and I'm going to video closer to them so you can identify them as well. But tomatoes are great. There's a theory that they came from Peru. And when they first were brought to Europeans, they were nervous of them because tomatoes are in the nightshade family. So some tomatoes, like when we're in the woods walking and hiking and stuff, there is a wild tomato that grows. And it looks very appealing, but it actually is very toxic. The whole thing, the leaves, the plant, all of it. It's got like little thorns on it, has a beautiful flower, but it'll make you very, very, very sick. So, rightfully so, Europeans didn't know much. They were they did know a lot, but things were new, so they were leery or weary. Leery or weary, not sure. And so they learned that not all tomatoes are built the same, just like humans. So, tomatoes are easy. Here's my recommendation as a new beginner just learning this and what I have learned. Tomato branches get really heavy, and they need lots of support because the tomato gets super heavy. That one's rotten, and it's got bugs in it. But especially if you grow steak tomatoes, beef steak tomatoes or whatever, they're going to get heavy quick. So you want a cage. As you'll see in the video, at some point I stop talking and I just start working. I take an old panel of bull wire I got from the barn, and I fasten it to these fiberglass poles, and I just weave my tomato plant through it. I take some jute cord here. I take this jute cord and I lightly secure it and tie it. Like, when I mean light, because if you make it too tight on the base, or there's a real word for that, the trunk, it's going to cut into the tomato plant and it's going to kill it. There are many other skilled tomato growers. I'll link some of I'll try to put some resources in for better gardeners that you should probably be listening to. But we're trying, and we're here. But good support. Metaphorically, I go, it's just like life. So much of gardening is applicable for life. We all need good support. And the more you grow and the bigger you get, the more support you're going to need. So, good support. These are just basic, really rusty plant cages that we got. Could have been Home Depot, could have been Tractor Supply. I don't remember because we've had them for so long. They're working on these 3, but we've got we got roughly like 2 rows of tomatoes, and they're going nuts. They're going crazy. Things in Florida grow so fast. It's hard to keep up with, honestly. So yeah, tomatoes are packed full of vitamins. Tomatoes are very versatile. Can them, freeze them, stew them, however you want to. Salad. They're better. I did read that they're better for you if they are cooked. You know, a lot of things are better raw. Tomatoes are one of those things that are actually better cooked, because the skin of the tomato is very hard. And I learned this because, well, I did learn this from real life. I made tomato sauce, and I was like, I'm kind of a wing it. I just threw the tomatoes in the pot, mushed them up, and cooked it down, but the skin still turned into like a leather. You don't want to do that. So this one lady I saw, she cooks the tomatoes in the oven first, and then like literally once they cool, she could it's like a banana, like when it's like overripe, you can kind of like squeeze it out of the peel. She did that with the tomatoes, and it seemed to work really well for her. But I recommend tomatoes as a place to start. If you're in an apartment, you could grow tomatoes on your balcony. Tomatoes are very, very easy. I guess we've modified them enough to be that versatile. But yeah. So tomatoes are great. Start with tomatoes if you need a place to start and you're like, I'm scared, like me. Tomatoes are good. So enjoy. Come back for another episode. If Tiffany can do it, you can do it. Because half the time I'm very blonde and overwhelmed easily. So here's to doing things even when we're overwhelmed. Follow through. Bug guy. I looked up one day what they're actually called. Totally forget. But these are the bugs I'm talking about. And there's other little ones too. Ah, here's another one. I knew it. It took me a minute to find any of them. Where'd he go? Ah, shoot. He's probably even harder to see. Him. Right there. Right there. I don't know if you can see him. This guy. Right there. Him. I don't have the right lens on to get super close without it getting super blurry. But that's another one. They'll bite your tomatoes and then lay eggies. And then they leave. And then your tomato rots. No good. We don't want that.